KG Deep Talks life realizations type here video. So after the photo shoot, walk down, get some, they got an artesian spring like well down there. Dude, like some of the best tasting water I've ever tasted in my entire life. I filled up about 5 or 6 bottles this size. Just, I love that water, so clean. It tastes better, like it's just as, if not better than water out of, that's been filtered and everything, you know, the earth naturally filters it. Absolutely amazing water. But I'm down there, man, and basically dawned on me. Now it starts out with basic success with women, okay, but then I connected it to life because everything's interconnected in life. It's like the principles you use in the gym of working out, you're trying to get your body to this point. Well, you have to sacrifice, put in work, effort, have the discipline now to put in the effort in the gym and with your diet for, you know, a betterment later, that you want to look better later. You have to do that day in and day out, have the faith, have the persistence, and then eventually you get to that point, right? Well, anyway, the first realization was like successful women, because I've been having even more like success with women, right? And it basically comes down to, and I heard Jim Carrey say this, you either acting out of love or fear. Now, you know, however you, whatever, like basically when it comes down to the women, basically you just gotta not, there's no, you can have no fear. And what I mean by the fear is, and this whole talking about to be about women, so if, I mean, this is, it could apply for, this applies to your whole life. Just listen to what I'm saying first. If you're a woman, you don't have to click off, or if you're a man or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you're not particularly pertaining to that. What if not? You're crazy. But basically acting out of fear. So like if you're texting a girl, we'll just start with texting because that's normally how it starts first, or even we'll go to approaching a girl. It's like, you can't have the fear. Well, see, if you have the fear that something's gonna go wrong, you probably won't even start with. But we'll just take it to texting. Like you're texting them, or even in person. If you thinking, oh no, I'm not gonna say this because they might not respond to that. You know, that might make her not text me. That's a fear mind state. That's like a scarcity mind state where it's like, oh no, like I don't want to lose her. You know what I'm saying? To any girl, it's like, you know, F her. But you know what I'm saying? Like, screw it, who gives a flying F, right? Like, on to the next, you know what I'm saying? There's literally, as far as each one of us are concerned, to the opposite sex, there is an unlimited amount of other people on the other side. Like, even if you had sex every single day of your life, multiple times, you couldn't even have sex with you couldn't have sex with everybody in the world to your whole life. That's all you did. So anyway, and it's not just, see now, I've gotten confused in the past. It's not having the fuck it attitude. It's having the attitude of, I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna, you know, basically that. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do with no fear of how you're gonna respond to it. And if you respond to it, if I say something and she didn't like it or you don't like it, now I'm not gonna be all, you know what I'm saying, like I'm like, oh no, I'm so, you know what I'm saying, you don't be apologetic, you try to, like, it's like a scarcity mindset. You just say something, if it doesn't work, oh well, right? You move to the next one. You don't hold on to that thing. There's no scarcity. But you also just don't go and do the same thing over and over and over. That's just stupidity. That's called insanity, doing the same thing, trying to get different results. So you have to just, I'm just using a girl for the example, because like you want the girl, right? So you're using your brain to come up things you think you could say to, I'm using like texting as an example, because for me, like talking to a girl in person is just like water, man. Like it just comes to me like naturally. Basically, I don't really have to think. And in the past, I've noticed, like if you try to really start thinking about it, you screw it up for yourself. Like it just comes naturally to me. You just sit there and talk like naturally, like you have, you know, the goal or whatever, but like your thoughts and own doubts get in your way. Like if you try to really overthink it, when something like just talking to somebody should just be fluid and natural, just overthinking that makes it basically come off awkward, and then you get all in your head, and it ruins it, right? So it's about, like I said, saying what you think you should say, not with the fuck it attitude, but because that's what you think is gonna lead to like a date, right? Not the girl liking you. You're not trying to necessarily make her like you, but try to lead to a date, right? And just say, okay, this girl stopped responding. You assess that. Maybe I should have asked this maybe before I asked for a date. Maybe we didn't text long enough, or vice versa. Maybe I was asking too many questions instead of getting to the point of the date. You see what I'm saying? And it's kind of like acting out of fear. And then it dawned on me while I was walking back up the steps with the water. It's kind of the same thing. I needed to have been doing some cardio, right? But this tendon, like right here in my forearm, like right here, I must have did something to it when I was surfing the other week, because I've been feeling it just a little bit now. So I stopped training my biceps, which I've only was training once a cycle anyway, but I just stopped, just let it recover. I've been feeling it here and there. It's not like it's a bad pain, hurt, it just feels a little bit weird. It's just a little bit weird feeling. It felt just sore after, like I guess a ligament from me popping my arm from surfing. And but just I want to go hit the heavy bag. I've been having such, I love hitting the heavy bag and like boxing so much. I mean, I would literally be doing it for 5 or 10 minutes, but I've been having such a fear of like not going because of aggravating. But I said that is kind of logical, because it could mess that up, but I don't know until I try. You got to experiment in life. So I'm saying I was acting in a scarcity mindset, a fear-based mindset in that. I just need to go try it. Now you're logical about it, so you're not stupid. You just don't blindly go work out when something has been bothering you, or, you know what I'm saying, you do a little bit, see how it feels. Oh, damn, it may actually help it to getting the blood flow down there. You see what I'm saying? And then also with like cardio, it's always like, oh, I don't want to do cardio as much because I'm on this bulk. I just want to build the muscle. It's like, that's a fear-based mindset of too, of like a fear of not progressing fast enough or building muscle or losing muscle. You see what I'm saying? It's like, don't have the fear, but that does not mean just go at it retardedly. I'm not going to go out and just run 10 miles and just, that would actually literally just eat up my muscle mass. Like 6 sunset. But you go at it smart. Same thing with talking to the women, or like I say, if it comes to this, or if it's something in business, you go at it smart. You understand the risks, and just move forward. So it basically comes down to that thing. And I don't know if love is the, like, if you're scared to do something for somebody. Like, I think at a time when I was really young, like, I should have said no to something. It was like not playing football, but something in football, like a game. Should have said no. And it's like, so now I'm looking back and thinking, you know, every time you think of a memory, you're thinking you remember the memory, not the actual event. So every time it changes, so it could be absolutely wrong, but I'm probably said no for like the fear of the person being let down that I was saying no to. You see what I'm saying? Instead of saying no, how I really felt. And that's something, you know, so you learn as you grow older, like just saying no, and then however the person feels, it feels, because you got to be true to yourself, right? So that's it for the video, pretty much. Just basically, it's all touching on that. Either out of fear or love. Basically, you're acting out of scarcity or abundance. Pretty much, it's kind of dawned on me, like getting in nature, dude. My mind just freaking expands open. Like I just think so great in nature. I think it's like you get around all the, first off, you're getting like the best oxygen you can get being completely surrounded by plants, and then being around nature. I don't know, the frequency. That's another thing I've heard. That's why you feel so good in nature, because you vibrate at the frequency of nature, basically, because it's vibrating so much around you. You start vibrating in that nature, and you get in that, you know, those vibes, a good state. But so, are you? Comment down below, have you been acting out of fear or love? And I would probably say, I don't know if anybody, if you may be, like I said, there can be certain areas where you're acting out of fear, certain areas where you're acting out of love, and it's basically like, just say, I'm just going to use, you have 100 categories, you may be doing 50-50, you want to slowly move that to 51, 49, 52, 48, you see what I'm saying? In the way of, you know what I'm saying, nobody's perfect, so it's just about getting better, and then every decision moving forward, you try to constantly act more out of love, basically, like just saying no to somebody or saying something to somebody. Like I say, it's kind of like abundance mindset. You're not necessarily worried about it. You're not worried like, oh, if they're not gonna like me, or oh, I can't say this because then they might not like me, or then they might not respond, you know what I'm saying? Or like, I can't do this because then it might not work out. Like, do it intelligently, do it smartly, you know, but do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing I've found. Just women, you gotta approach, you gotta take action. That's the main thing in life. If you ain't taking action, you ain't doing nothing. That's number one thing to anything. Even when it comes to thinking, you have to take action and actually think. And I ain't talking about just background mumbo jumbo, radio static thinking, just like the, you know, the stuff that comes every day thinking, just the garbage thinking, basically. Like actual deep thinking, you know what I'm saying, contemplating and stuff like that. So, oh, I probably should stay out there a little bit later, but I want to get back. It's late. I want to get in bed a little bit earlier. I've been pushing it the past couple of days, getting up earlier, staying up later. And oh, another great quote I want to share with y'all. Basically, I do my shows. I got 1% of my battery, so I gotta hurry this up. Basically, it's like in the past, some shows I have gotten better with. This is something I need to get better with. But basically, like coming up, leading up to the show, that last week or last week and a half or last 4 days, whatever, I'll stay up. Like, might get 1 hour of sleep, 2 hours of sleep one night, 3 hours of sleep one night, 4 hours of sleep one night. Like, I want us to cut that out. Basically, here's the quote. I've never heard this said. I think I've came up with it. It came to me. I was thinking about it. I forget the exact quote. It's in my notebook. I don't see where my notebook's at. Shit. Alright, here's the quote I came up with. Grind time while I'm in control is better than grind time when time is in control. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like right now, it's like 4 weeks out from a show, right? Well, grinding like I am now, where I may be getting 6 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep, something like that, you know, maybe something around, I'm averaging something like that, maybe a little bit less, or maybe like 6 or so, right? Which is, my body needs more than that, but actually feeling great. You can go through cycles of less sleep and more sleep, you know what I'm saying? It kind of builds up, but grind time while I'm in control is better than grind time when time's in control, meaning while I've got all this time, it's better just to bust your ass, put in that effort, you know, maybe sacrifice a little more now, get more stuff done, so then when it comes up to the show, well, damn, you know, because when you're grinding when time's in control was when, damn, the show's in 2 days, I got all this to do, I can't sleep, I gotta stop, I gotta cut meals and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like getting time's in control, where if you don't bust that ass, you're not gonna get it done, right? But if you start grinding further out while you're in control of the time, you can get the task done, and you may sacrifice more days maybe, but less intensity of the sacrificing, which is a lot more enjoyable than having to be a damn zombie 2 or 3 days. Like, it's pretty much like, it's not fun like having to sleep 3 hours a night, 4 hours a night, 4 hours a night, 3 hours a night, 1 hour a night, and then get up the next day, go to a show and be unloading ass of shirts, racks, asses, like lifting heavy stuff all the time. Like, it's a lot smarter way to do it. So grind time while you're in control is better than grind time while time is in control. Always remember that. Like, I literally just dawned on me yesterday. I was like, damn, that is a great quote. I was like, wow, that is awesome. So I wrote it basically my everyday thing. I plan everything out, so I want to constantly keep that in my head, basically. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Peace out.